What is it? That part of my life's over now. He was a good... Give me a rifle and a clear line of sight, and I'll start picking them off before they... Didn't have much hand-to-hand training, so our chances are better if you keep the enemy out of my face. I'm trained as a spotter, too. If you're looking through a scope... No. Carla's dead.
Move along.
Are you ready to head for the dam? Great! It turns out there are two ways we can... You could route the dam's power output to the facility under Fortification Hill. That'll restart its reactor. That'll wake up the Securitron army you left on standby and give us enough force to push the Legion. The other option is destroy the dam's generators. Without those, it's just a big bunch of... You don't have to decide yet. For now, all you have to do is take this override module and install it on the terminal in the... Good luck! Are you ready to head for the... Great! That'll wake up... Yep. Good.
You must... Let's get to the control room and install the override chip.
gone for now.
Stop right there. No one is allowed into the control room. Stop right there. No one is allowed into the control room.
I'll sit tight.
Stop right there. No one is allowed into the control room. Nelson's back in our hands. Hope we can defend it this time.
Hi! That'll act. Yes! I'm unlocking the East Power Plant. Hit the main.
I've got your back. Not my strong suit, but okay. Yeah, you and me.
I will protect you.
Had enough?
Keep your head down. Could be snipers. Let's get going. We have a battle. You better get moving, kid. There's bad guys to kill.
All mine.
An envoy of Vegas, yet you carry yourself for battle. If many I see you fight with words. So you save your Hoover now. You speak in circles. What of the East? The victory here shall the your weakness you seek to thwart. That does not. The East was Hoover. As for wisdom, know that I shall return if the West is one day filled with ones such as you. My coming would have saved you, set your people free. War would have tested them, broken the weak with its violence, yet allowing the violence gave you that strength, awakened you. Perhaps it is until the day when our armies meet again, courier.
You better get moving, kid. There's bad guys to kill.
What is it? Yeah.
Caesar on the cross. Been a long time since I've seen and the screams of those Legion bastards as they kick dirt running east like a choir. Speaking of, that crazy light show over the fort? What the fuck was that? Some kind of thumb of God you call? Could use 100 of you. Just scatter you over the east like jacks. And, guess it ain't no secret how you, I say, can you ask them to put their weapons down? It's just reach. I would sooner spit on the grave of my dead mother than let some cur. Who the hell do you think you are? Looking to cash your chips to the sound of NCR bullets, huh? Look, I know you're riding high right now, but let me tell you, you ain't pissing on me. You've been far enough west, I'm guessing, to know how far that claw stretches. Fuck with the... You want me to make tracks out of here? No. Yeah, but I wasn't expecting a fight when I came up. Do you know what you're doing? Think you got... Hell. Can't believe we got suckered by some road jockey. I know what those robots of yours can do on a bad day, and I'm not eager to toss lies at... But if you're taking this place, you better hope you can hold it. I'll give my superiors my opinion. So if NCR comes at you, and it will, pray you're ready. I promise you, our situation's reversed. What the hell? No, get away from you.
You did a super job wrapping things up, and I'm not just saying that. I didn't want to make a big deal about it. I found some... So that's what I've updated this... So that's where I'll be. We accomplished a lot.
And so the courier who had cheated death in the cemetery outside Good Springs cheated death once again, and the Mojave Wasteland was forever changed. The courier, with the aid of Yes Man, drove both the Legion and the NCR from Hoover Dam, securing New Vegas's independence from both factions. With Mr. House out of the picture, part of the Securitron army was diverted to the Strip to keep order. Any chaos on the streets was ended. Quickly. Chaos became uncertainty, then acceptance with minimal loss of life. New Vegas assumed its position as an independent power in the Mojave. Supporting the ideals of independence, the courier was recognized as the man responsible for a truly free New Vegas. He ensured Mr. House's tyranny was broken, and neither Caesar's Legion nor NCR would ever gain control over New Vegas.
Tabitha and Rhonda went east, through Caesar's land. Occasionally, tales of their exploits found their way back west, though few believed them. Eventually, the stories concerning the duo were collected and published, and proved to be quite popular with children.
Still grappling with self-doubt over his usefulness in the face of old age, Raoul was never able to find peace with himself. Eventually, he left the Mojave and assumed a new name, as he had done so many times before.
Though the wasteland became anarchic after Hoover Dam, the Boomers' display of power dissuaded fortune seekers from attempting to penetrate Nellis.
Their leaders destroyed by the courier, the fiends scattered throughout the wasteland. Without the organization of Motor Runner, Cook, Violet, and Driver Nephi, they were easy prey.
After the courier ensured New Vegas remained free, The followers found that independent Vegas was even more unstable and violent than before. Old Mormon Fort became excessively burdened by the influx of patients, struggling to provide even the most basic of services.
Arcade was proud to have been one of the defenders who helped repel the Legion from Hoover Dam. He was prouder still to see the area freed from the shackles of the NCR and Mr. House. Though independence for New Vegas was not all he hoped it could be, Arcade used his enclave knowledge and technology to keep order wherever he could.
With New Vegas's independence formally declared, Goodsprings thrived. More travelers stopped by Goodsprings on their way to and from the Strip, and the locals grew prosperous from the traffic.
Cass lived to see the courier bring down 3 armies, and by her count, that was 3 more than she'd expected. She kept quiet about that, though.
During the Battle of Hoover Dam, the Great Khans quickly evacuated Red Rock Canyon and headed north and east into the plains of Wyoming. There, they reconnected with the followers of the Apocalypse and rebuilt their strength. Bolstered by ancient knowledge of governance, economics, and transportation, they carved a mighty empire out of the ruins of the Northwest.
Thanks to the Courier and Lily, a cure for the Nightkin's schizophrenia was found shortly after Dr. Henry's experiment concluded. Nightkin and other super mutants in the wasteland flocked to Jacobstown, and the town became known as a haven where a mutant could find peace.
Lily continued to take her medicine at half doses, and although she remembered her grandchildren, her mind remained muddled and confused. Eventually, she parted ways with the courier and traveled west, seeking the remnants of her past.
Following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, Freeside came to be known as one of the more stable areas in the region. Ironically, NCR refugees found Freeside safer than most of the rest of New Vegas, where resentment still lingers.
Revitalized by Violetta's brain, Rex eventually learned to balance the memories of his old life with Violetta's experiences among the brutal fiends. His mind had difficulty adjusting, but Rex eventually found peace with his new, more vicious self.
Shaped up by the Courier's advice, the Misfits distinguished themselves during the Legion's attack on Camp Golf. Mags was finally promoted to sergeant, and the rest of the Misfits received an official commendation. They continued to serve with distinction for many years.
Though Novak was a low-priority target for the Legion, many of Novak's citizens died in its defense. In the weeks that followed, several bright followers returned to Novak to help restore its defenses, allowing it to remain independent of NCR.
After Hoover Dam, the leaderless powder gangers at the correctional facility vanished into the wastes, leaving the prison empty. The correctional facility became another abandoned ruin in the wasteland, its carcass occasionally picked over by enterprising prospectors.
After the majority of the Vault 19 powder gangers joined the Great Khans, the weaker members scattered throughout the Mojave Wasteland. Though a few managed to erase their past, most never survived the journey.
Despite NCR's pledge to support Prim, they abandoned the town after their loss to the Courier. Independent again, Prim operates much as it had before the powder gangs arrived, full of ups and downs.
After the death of Chief Hanlon, the power of NCR's Rangers was broken for years. Their organization, so reliant on the wisdom and guidance of its elder members, became a shadow of what it once was to people across the wasteland.
After their bold arrival at Hoover Dam, the remnants disappeared as quickly as they came. Legends of their power spread throughout the Southwest, a reminder of why people once feared the sight of vertibirds in the sky.
And so the Courier's road came to an end, for now. In the new world of the Mojave Wasteland, fighting continued, blood was spilled, and many lived and died just as they had in the old world. Because war never changes.